All right, what's going on, guys? We'll take these glasses off. All right, man, what's going on about this? We got the one mic here because we were trying to set up the dual mics, but forgot and left my Phantom Power home. So any of you guys know anything about audio stuff, you can't really power a mic just by the 3.5 jack. You got to have some kind of power source. So anyway, we got this one mic here. We're going to talk into it. This guy sitting right next to me, Jarrod Vickers. I'll let him introduce himself in a second. And pretty much, like to say, the next guy was going to be David Adams, but I wanted to get somebody on sooner. He's actually hitting out of town for a little bit, so we decided to get him in. So just jumping right into it, just tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I moved here back in 2015 and kind of wanted to jump right into drifting, you know. I mean, I knew about it when I was younger, back when like Reese Millen was driving his GTO in the States, but never had a chance to drive. And so that was a big thing, was since we had MSP, you know, that was right here. And so that's been a big thing. I got out of it this year. I'm about to head back to the States. I'm going to Utah, and I'll get back into it there. Yeah.
So you mentioned like Reese Millen. So like Reese, are you from the same location as Reese or?
No, they're Australian.
Australia. Well, yeah. I mean, well, no, but the thing about it though, like they were like I always pictured them being like in a Seattle area, though, like the.
Oh, I got you.
So because I know Pikes Peak was always going on over there and everything. Yeah. So those guys was over there too. So I kind of pictured those guys being over there, but. Yeah, man. Like, far as the coming over here, like when you first came to Japan, like how did you like when you first got out the plane? Like, what was your first like your first thoughts?
I saw Brett's Stagia when we had that, and I was like, "This is it. We're here." Yeah. Like, and you're flying over, you know, and you see cars on the wrong side of the road, and you're like, "Shit, Japan exists. Like, this is real."
So you came in through the PAX terminal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then when I came here, I got here in 2008, and I came in through the governments went back and forth and everything. I came in through the actual what was it? I flew like commercial.
Okay.
So I flew from Dulles. It was Dulles to straight into Tokyo. There was no flights or anything like that, man. So I flew right in. So I mean, what was your first car you got when you landed here?
I got an Altezza.
Altezza.
Yeah, I'm cheap, man. I'm really cheap. Yeah. And so when I was getting here, the prices were going higher and higher for the Silvias and the Skylines. Yeah. And I wanted something cheap that would be reliable. And the Beams motors are really good, and no, I really like that car a lot, and so I just traded that out in April, and I got an S14 because I've got one back in the States, so I'll take all the parts off. And
you got the NA, right? Yeah. So you got then you got the Tesla you got here. As far as your like I said, since you own it, I know you had a few cars since you've been here. Damn. Your current one is
my daily driver. Yeah. Well, so I got the SEMA.
Yeah.
I've got the SEMA, the Y32. And I love that car, man. That was the car that I was like, all right, I'll take this back with me. Yeah. You know, the Altezza.
Yeah, because every time you posted something, I was like, you said, yeah, man, I got something in plans, and then you're like, yeah, I'm selling it. I was like, all right, man, this guy, like, it's like being in a candy store. Like, you don't really know. So many options. You don't want to like throw yourself in there, man. So I didn't.
It's true. Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going to go with that. So you're going to take that one back?
Yeah.
So pretty much I'll probably be shipping it and everything. So
yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So unfortunately, like for the guys that don't know, like the whole government came down a little bit a while ago, and I'm hearing it's just Air Force now because the Navy guys are saying they're still good to go. I don't know if they got something going on with the guys in the water, but Air Force is shut down military shipping. So, I've been doing that a lot, processing cars and everything. So, as far as the when you get back to the States, like where are you going? Well,
put shit back together, man. Like because I've got the SEMA, and I just had it painted, so it's all flat black. But I'm leaving it stock for now, like suspension and everything, you know. And I'm not going to waste my time putting things back on to take it back off to ship it in a month. And so just put it back where it was, you know, and kind of do some fine-tuning suspension stuff and go from there. But yeah, because I've got that. I've got the S14, and then we'll have a couple other cars when we get back. Trying to get Jessica back into a Mark I Celica. We had one before we left, and then I hit that guy back up, and I was like, "You want to sell the car back to us?"
It seemed like I haven't hung. We'll definitely get together because like even Quan, man, like as much as he's here, like he's the military mission, and then like my stuff, like we never like hang out, man, and like we done it one time before when his wife first came here and everything. So definitely before you leave, man, we'll get everybody together in the immediate circle, and even Darius out there. And I'll go out and do some stuff or whatever, man. So the cool thing is, like, I have seen like the interaction with you and your wife, man. It seemed like you guys' relationship is pretty.
Yeah, my wife's awesome.
Yeah.
She really likes cars. When we got here, we bought her Alan's old S15 that ended up back in his arms anyway.
Well, the engine came back here. It's been swapped to the red S13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in there now.
Okay.
Yeah, so the RB25 now. So
nice.
Yeah, so she's pretty supportive of everything and pretty cool. and everything. So
Generally, there's some purchases where she's like, "Why the fuck did you
buy
buy this?"
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's that's the same thing. I mean, like some of you guys do know, I am married to. I have a Japanese wife and everything. So she kind of she's cool and everything, but still like women are women.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? Actually, with the shop and everything, that's cool. The finances are like, it's like the finances, so she can't really say anything. So it's it's our money, yeah.
It's different for you, though, because the shop's a gray area, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Car parts are car parts.
Yeah, so like, I just bought this stuff, and like, I talked to the guy, I'm getting the Evo. So the guy is like, it's like $200. That is a black Evo, Evo 3. Dang. And I was like, what are you going? I drive by like a bunch of times going towards home, and I was like, so what are you gonna do with it? He's like, I got it from a Japanese guy. I was like, so, how much do you want? It was a couple hundred, and I was like, just to make sure 200, right? Because he's like, so yeah, I'm gonna get that. He said he had some rust on it, but I got welders, I got grinders, I can take it out. So I'll be picking it up from him. But I mean, $200 for Evo 3. Come on, dude.
That's the nice thing about being here. Yeah, a lot of people are a little ignorant, you know?
So it's like you get shit like that though. When you get it, the people like they'll see you'll get that stuff and they're like, oh man, Japan. She like, nah, it just happened to work out this time. Mm-hmm. But like, man, I know you got some deals since you've been here, and I know like you. So like like when'd you start? Like I know you dipped in the wheels a little bit. When'd you start doing that?
I started that. Jay Cattabog left a little after I did, and he was like the wheel plug for a long time, and then. I was
doing it a long time.
On base. He was the on base wheel plug, and then you this is different. This is next level. This doesn't count.
Yeah.
But when it's your side gig, you know what I mean, on base, and he lived right by me. Yeah. And so he was like, hey, you should start doing this. And I actually started being like more of a middleman than just trying to flip my own. And it was like people would be like, hey, I'm going to buy these. Can you ship it?
Yeah.
And so it transformed it. And it kind of got to the point, I mean, I've probably shipped over 100 sets of wheels.
It adds up, man. People think that number, the arbitrary number, like, I'll say 500, like, dude, literally 500. And people think you're bullshit. I'm like, dude, I fucking don't know. Like, I found a bag of invoices from back in, like, 2013. And it's just like, what I'll do is I'll save them for a year. Like, they got their wheels, trash that shit. It's like, it's done. You know, there's no insurance claims or whatever. So I would keep them for about a year and everything. But then I noticed, like, same thing happened to me, which is why my thing is bare over there. It's like overnight, it's the same for you. Overnight, it's kind of like nobody was interested, and it's like, you know, nothing against Rhoda, nothing against all the other guys making copies, but the shits are actually fucking, you know, like Cosmos is one thing. You know, I wrote those guys, and it's like their shit it's like getting on their levels, so the cheaper wheels are actually they're reliable, so you don't have to spend $1,400 on a pair of like Works or whatever. Yeah. And even you see Work is coming down. Yeah. So it's like for me, if you notice, I put those CR Kais up 4 years ago. Those shits would have been gone in 5 minutes. Now I can't even give those away. Yeah. And literally I am, you know. So it's like that shit's got crazy. So I mean, far as the I say being in Japan doing the wheels and everything, what's been like the most shocking thing you've seen here that you thought was going to be a certain weight and then it wasn't when you got here?
I think when you're military and you're stationed in the States, everybody's saying like this is the grail, you know what I mean? And they hype it up, and then you get here. And I got here at the tail end of where things were already kind of expensive, and that was just how it was. Yeah. The yen rate was good, but shit was obviously overpriced. You got here, I think, right around the time where you could still get some stuff for pretty cheap. Am I right or no?
Yeah, it was actually when I first got here, man. I was new here, so like I think the yen rate doesn't hit like the magnitude of it until you're like a couple years here, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So like when I first got here, I was like, whatever. I was just like yen. I traded it in. Mm-hmm. I think when I got here, the yen rate actually was like 115 or something like that. And it was high. It was like, I think I look back, it was like 120. Mm-hmm. But I didn't. I was just here, so nobody brought it up. So then it wasn't until I got like out, and it went to 72 or 69 to the dollar.
Yep.
It sucked, man. There was no BAH, no BAS. And all that stuff. So yeah, when I got here, it was you were getting things. The thing about it still is like 08 is still recent, but it's closer to the beginnings of the internet. Mm-hmm. So like it was now everything is out there, man. Everything, people see everything, so it's like you can't hide anything. You can't make really money off stuff because they know they can go. You sell these wheels and you see people doing it. Yeah. They got that. They'll take that picture off of Yahoo and then they'll put it online. Like, dude, you're fucking phantom selling, and then everybody can know you're getting off Yahoo or Google or Kruger. Yeah. And it's like, dude, this shit's only $200. You're trying to make $800, and then people get fucked. So the way I did it was I was buying wheels. I was actually making it where I can make money. I was cleaning them up, polishing them, and stuff like that, and it worked out. But yeah, man, those cheap days are over. Like, you can get stuff good, you can get some good deals and stuff, man. But it's not just talking to you guys up there. Those days are gone, man. Like, I mean, again, you get like little deals here and there, stuff like that. But those days are gone where all this stuff is cheap. So, like, again, when you send me a link on Yahoo and it's like $40, add on, my fee, add on shipping from the customer to the seller to me to you, then taxes. And now at $40 is like $140 or $200. So it's definitely not that, man.
And there's a lot of guys out there that are doing that parts service now. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of them, And so I think there's so many dudes and everybody's trying to undercut the next dude. It just drove all the prices down. Like, everybody was about 3-piece wheels. But anymore, you can buy a set of 3-piece for less than $1,000.
Yeah. Then you got the 3-piece... I don't know. There's a bunch. Well, I see like the people online like talking shit about the company after they take long. Yeah. So you got all these wheels where you can get, like, as long as they're 3-piece, like 3-piece, even if they're weak, the guys are rebarreling. Even like I seen dudes doing. I sold a pair of what was it? What was those wheels, man? Pan Sport, the
G7s.
Yeah, the G7s. I sold those, and they were I listed them as 18s. I was like rushed it, and they were actually trying to be 17s. He was a cool guy, and he actually stepped them up. So he took the 17s, and now he's trying to sell those for like 4. Because I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work out, but yeah, man. So kind of like we skipped across a lot of stuff, man. Like, far as your we were talking off camera. So you have your podcast, and it's called
Sincerely Japan.
Yeah. So how many episodes you're in?
I'm working on episode 4 right now. 4? We got 3 up on the
and you're this voice right now. Right?
Yeah, no video.
Yeah. I was like, man, I can't believe you're not doing video, man. Being a video guy.
Like, so video's my job, but I was trying to keep it, like, everybody was like, oh, just do it so that you want to do it. Like, don't make it work, And so it was like I was trying to keep it as simple as I could.
Yeah.
I went to the store, I bought like a Yeti USB mic, I plugged it in, and the shit worked. So, like, that was it. It was so simple. Yeah. And so that's my thing, is like, I'm just kind of doing it at my pace. Like, I'm not trying to punch out episodes. I just don't want to burn myself out, So yeah, I run Sincerely Japan. It's on everything. I've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm everywhere. So yeah, but it's kind of slow and steady, and just you'll get stuff when I put stuff out.
So I mean, so your stuff, you didn't take, like, because I know I went to the page last night. So your other stuff is still active? Or? Yeah. So definitely, I'll get the links. I'll throw the links down in there so you guys can check out his podcast and everything. And what is it? What do you? I mean, it says on the drift on there, so like you're primarily talking about.
Dude, it's a little bit of everything, honestly. Like, me and Darius bullshit. We were talking about National AIDS Awareness Day the other day. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter, I mean, like, drifting's the primary focus, and but it really should come down to, like, just bullshit and heavy car focus. It's like I was telling you, it's like a big thing is, like, I'm not an expert. I'm not a good, I'm not a good driver. Like, I'm not a good mechanic.
You're being modest. Man.
No, but so, like, I don't want to be that that truth that goes on camera and says something and asserts himself, because it's like, I don't know that stuff.
Yeah, but still, like, you can kind of, within the stuff, you definitely can drift. You could do more than figure eights. So to me, that's
a little bit, yeah.
I've seen, like, I'll throw up some video of you sliding around and everything, but you definitely can drift. So that's the what I was trying to get at online last night, man, is like, some people feel like they have to be a subject matter expert on it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if that's the case, I wouldn't I wouldn't have did this. Yeah. The thing is, I do have a little bit of a base to speak on certain things, and definitely weigh in. So people are like, well, who the fuck are you, or why are we listening to you? And that's the thing about, there's so many podcasts. It's like the relevance is like all these guys talking about, making cakes or wedding planners and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you living in Japan is like, that's an experience that a lot of people get to experience, but they don't take advantage of it. And you've been drifting, been around town and stuff like that. And just being here, like, you're doing something that millions of guys can't do or never be able to do. So that right there, man, it's like you've been in Japan, like you already have, you've seen it, you've been around. So now when you see like a 34, it's like, okay, whatever.
It really is.
Yeah. So it's like, really is. If you look out, like, outside on the shit on the trailer, and like we're like, okay, like, cool, and then some people come here and they be fucking like taking pictures upside down, and the ones where you land on the ground, and like, all the glamour shots, man. So it's like when I got here too, like, I seen within the first 5 minutes there was like I came in, and actually I came. This was back on another guy who was here before. I came by the shop or whatever, and I came back here later, checked it out. And then like on base, man, I was just seeing all these 32s. I was like, and I wanted a 32 really, really badly, man. And then like it just kind of, like, dude, they're everywhere. And that, to this day, all I want to, the GTR, getting a GTR was why I was when I was running around that fucking track in basic training. He had a little chip on our leg. I don't know if you guys had it.
We didn't have the chip.
Yeah,
no,
it was a fucking like tracking homing device. So you weren't running around. So I'm like, and I fucking hate running.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want a GTR. So like that's got me through basic.
Yeah.
I mean, the shit was more boring than hard to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know they're not gonna hit me. You know, I'm bigger than the TIs, same size. Yeah. So you know what I mean? It's like
it's true though. You gotta have something to pull you through.
So I mean, I was like, and that the thing that pulled me through was the furthest thing from like, and then drifting. I mean, I really don't want something that's all-wheel drive. Yeah. So I mean, before like I say, as far as your podcast though, like we were talking about too the whole guest thing, man. Like so.
Yeah. So the goal initially was just to have people on.
Yeah.
And have them be those experts, or like the people that were in those different.
Okay, so pretty much learn, co-learn, or this.
Yeah,
by talking about learning
and see how things are different and compare and contrast. You know, and that was a big goal. But honestly, like I was talking to my wife yesterday, and I was kind of just getting frustrated because people just leave me on red or whatever. You know, and she was like, "Do you like doing it?" I said, "Yeah," and she's like, "Why do you want to do it?" And it was like, I just want to contribute, you know, or like do something, and whether that's like starting a conversation about drifting with other people or whatever. Or like hosting a drift event, or like volunteering or whatever. Like I just want to have a hand in it, even if I'm not driving.
Right.
Because I think it's a weird culture. You know what I mean? Like everybody seems like really divisive, or they have their own like groups of friends.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be something where you go and it's like everybody is okay with everybody, and it's just a big thing. And so like that's what I want my contribution to be. And if that's through a podcast, fine. If that's through going to events, you know, so be it. So that's the end goal, really, with the podcast, with whatever I do that's drifting related. Is like,
I mean, I definitely agree on that as far as the vision, and like I guess, I mean, to be brutally honest, I haven't been contributing. Contributing to the division, but my thing is I kind of stay to myself. And even when some of the guys it got back to me. One of the dudes at the hobby shop, Mike. Was telling me he's like those guys like you're a superstar and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, I never
seriously,
but I never say like, oh, I'm below these guys. Mike kind of made a joke about it, and a couple of the guys were there, and he was like, oh, you're too good to drift with us. I'm like, nah, dude. At the time I was just transitioning from military to being non-civilian and not having all those fucking, you know, I went from having, you know, medical and all this stuff to having nothing. Yeah. And so I was focusing on that. I was grinding on that. And then my timeline for drifting and everything was different than the guys in the military. Mm-hmm. So it was never that. And the thing is, before, I mean, 08, dude, the hobby shop was all drift cars. Yeah. There was all drift cars there. Every bay, except for that one over there that has that one in the corner. Yeah. Yeah. Everything was, even number 7. Number 7 was full, which that was people say that was like bad luck. But everybody was in there on a Saturday, and the Sunday was like the big day because all the Japanese, of course, MSP, all the Japanese would be there. So everybody's there, and the dudes were like awesome, and everything was cool, man. And like we would all go there together in this long line, and then everybody start PCS and then like it never really recovered. And then, I mean, what's your age?
I'm 28.
So 28. Yeah. So like then the guys who were like 22 start coming in, 21 start coming in and everything, and then they crashing cars and like fucking stuff up and everything, and it just kind of fell off. And around that time I was like, dude, I'm just gonna do my thing, and so pretty much it's like between you and Quan and like that's pretty much it. Like I just kind of stay to myself, and the reason why, man, is because I know myself and I know how I'm gonna be as far as that. So I just I keep myself away from situations where it's gonna make me like act out of character, and people don't know me, and it's like, this dude's a fucking dick. He's like, so he really was like that. So like, no, so like people don't know, man. When they come here, like I'm like rushed and busy and all that stuff, man. So as far as like that's what is the scene and everything, as far as the scene, how
I think you're right. Like here at least it seems like you have different groups and everybody kind of does their own thing. Yeah. I think Josh is like the only dude that kind of fucks with everybody. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Singletary. Like,
I'll get Josh in here, man. Yeah. Singletary's that dude's all. If you're ever angry, man, and you talk to Josh for 2 seconds, he's like, "Oh, cool, man. It's nice." Yeah. Like this is like Josh is like, yeah, he's even killed, man. Like I don't. go out of my way to dislike anybody, but it's just I mean, human nature, man. It's just some people just not gonna get along, man.
Yeah.
It's not. And when we met, it was like anybody who I meet, and it's not like I have to put on like my armor and shit. Like, you know, I'll know this and know, and I stay away from that stuff, man. Because he's like, oh, I'm good with this, I'm good with that. Blah. I'm like, dude, nobody fucking cares. Like, we all like cars.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like where I never felt like that when I talked to you. Quan was cool. You know, before I got here, and anybody that's like that is cool. Anybody that's like trying to push their agenda or they got a one-up story. Yeah, I'm like, they instantly piss me off.
Yeah.
And I make it known to them that they irritate me and they never come back. And there's a few guys that I know, they're probably watching this that, like, yeah, that's me. And like, this is like,
shit.
Yeah, dude, like this, like, you just like, yeah, man, so I got all this stuff and I'm going to do this. I'm like, oh, nice. You're not trying to be a dick, but I was doing that when you were like in middle school. You know what I mean?
You've been around for a while too, yeah.
So yeah, fuck 20 years, dude.
Yeah, you see like the old 240 videos.
Yeah, 20 years of doing this stuff, man. So when did you what year did you get into the well, actually not drifting, but like for like what got you into like liking cars? Like, was it a family member or?
No, man. Like my dad, like we were joking earlier, Bob Villa shit.
Oh yeah.
So my dad was like building houses and stuff and doing that. I bought my 240 when I was 16. And that was when what was the first thing that I saw because Tokyo Drift came out after, but then obviously I was like all about that movie, man. Like me as like a 17-year-old, I was like, that's fucking sick. But yeah, I don't know, man. It was weird. Like I said, like that was like Reese Millen. That was when Formula D was first starting in the States. And I don't know what the first thing I saw about drifting was. But yeah, so I bought the 240. I didn't know shit about cars, dude. Yeah. I didn't know shit about cars until like 2011. Like I had that car and I just maintained it and drove it, and that was it. And I kind of drove it into the ground, to be honest. And I would try like power slide in a corner and I'd fuck it up.
Open diff?
Yeah, it was awful, dude. It was not good. I was just a stupid teenager, you know. And then I got older and older, and so when I joined the Air Force, that was like my first time at having money to like actually throw at a car, you know. So I joined when I was 21. Started messing with it at my last base and really kind of. Like, I wanted to take apart stuff and figure out how things worked myself rather than pay somebody else to fix it, you know? And so, like, I just did little by little and figured it out. But, yeah, so I had the 240. I guess cars just kind of came organically. Like I bought the car because it looked cool, and it was a drift car, and I was like, that's cool. Yeah. And then that was it, dude. It was just, like, I liked the way it looked, and I liked the drifting aesthetic and everything about it, and then that kind of carried me through today. And, I mean, I don't know everything, but I like to think I know some things about some stuff.
So where do you see? As far as like 10 years from now, man, with the knowledge you've already amassed, like, what do you see yourself like? What do you see? What's some things you want to do? What do you want to do in the game, or you want to build? You got any crazy builds you're looking to do? Or
so I picked up that CA18 from Jarrod.
You bought it?
Yeah, I bought that one off him. He sold me the motor, trans, and diff. Like basically, I was like, can I just have everything from the drive line? Because it's an LSD too. So. I want to shove that in something that's not a 240. I don't know what that'll be yet.
Miata.
No, fuck no. Get out of here. I don't even fit in that. I want to put that into something realistically. 10 years from now, goddamn, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, I want something different. I guess that's the thing is like 240s are cool. I'm just kind of like they're getting expensive for what they are. You can get like an E36 or like an RX-7 or whatever for like around the same price. Not an FD, but like you get like a nice FC in the States, whatever. And so I just want to do something a little bit different, I guess. And so I'll probably shove that motor in something. God, 10 years down the road.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. What do you think you're doing in 10 years?
Shit, 10 years, to be honest, with the business and everything, man. This for me is just being. Definitely by 10 years, it's like if I'm 10 years and I'm still here, then shit's good. Yeah. Because to be honest, everything is on the outside looking in. It looks like guys come here to see the cars and everything. The biggest thing about the business, man, is that first 5 years you're paying. No matter unless Trump's your trust fund or your dad's name Kardashian or some shit like that. The money, man. Outside looking in, it looks like everything is good to go, but. The first 5 years you're paying the business, and then after that you start making money back. So even with the shipping thing, dudes are like, "Oh man, you're shipping stuff out. You got the, they think all that money is going like I'm putting it in my pocket and like USPS coming like, nah, dude, I gotta take that shit to the port. Yeah. And like the only thing I get paid is just the fee to process the car and then to take it there. That's it. I don't. The other money goes. That big money goes to the exporter. That's why they make the money and all that stuff. So yeah, man, it is. There, far as the 10 years from now, man, everything will be comfortable. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I mean, to be honest, man, thinking in the future, man, it's kind of like something new for me because I did the Iraq shit.
Yeah.
And then being over there, man, like you start living for the moment. So like even when I was there, I went there as A1C. I had the 240 was busted, man. Then that first tour I came back, man, I had some garbage ass wheels on it, which was spacers on it. I painted it like electron blue, and it still looked like shit, but it was the panels were straight. I had a 180 SX front end on it, which 240, man, good big fucking deal. So everybody's like, 180's like, yeah, it's a 240. So here's like, so I was like, cool, get the fuck out of here, man. So like, but I mean, before, man, it was just like the fenders were like all like it was just fuck, man. I was learning to drift, and I was like, I'm gonna crash. So I remember driving, and when it got so bad is one day I was driving and the fender like flew up like this. I'm like, yeah, I gotta fix this shit. so yeah, man, I got I got that. So anyway, man, it's just as far as the 10 years down the road, I mean, thinking, man, 20 years to get here, and then another 10 years, man. I'm just hoping, like, I mean, shit, 10 years, my kids will be they'll be what almost like 11 and 9. So I mean, they'll be like running around. And, well, I got another one on the way.
Damn, bro. Stay busy.
Yeah, I told you, right? Yeah, so we don't know what it is yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I hope it's a girl because I want to be done, dude. I want to sell my testicles to research and buy like R35. So yeah, man, I just want to be done. You got one?
No, I got two.
Two?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, shit, man.
Yeah, I got baby girl. She was born in April.
Yeah, man. So how do you, as far as like how did you feel when she told you, like, you know, you probably thought she's either pregnant or she's cheating on you when she was like, I got something to tell you or whatever. And that's the same
for the girl?
Yeah.
We were kind of trying, honestly, because it was like we were looking at the clock because Bo was about to turn 1.
Yeah, so you want to get him to...
Yeah. Kind of close, right? Because otherwise it was like, why even bother? They're going to be so far apart, it's not even going to matter. So, yeah, so we kind of tried for her. But no, dude, like, after 2, it's like, no, I'm good. Yeah. 2's the magic number, and then any more than that, and it's like a full-time job. Yeah. And I'm not even doing the hard work, man. That's Jess.
Yeah. She's not active. She's not. So that's the thing, man. I mean, the third one wasn't really planned, but hey, it happens.
Yeah, dude.
It was like, I think this was like, I think the timeline, I mean, I'm putting it at, she probably got pregnant while we were at Disney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like the magic happening and all that shit or whatever.
You're not Full House, dude.
Nah,
That's
dude,
awesome.
like, it's definitely, I hope it's a girl, man. I really do hope it's a girl because she wants a girl, and then she's already saying that if it's not a girl, she want to try again. So this is gonna be 4. So I'm like, we had to wait.
4th one's a boy too. So
it's like the whole. I'm not really into the contraceptives. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes, man. But yeah, man. But what I was kind of getting at. So how, like, when she told you, like, she was pregnant. Yeah. As far as the like, I mean, you probably had all these, you know, you're gonna buy this car and paint this and do these wheels or whatever. How did it what was your initial feelings, and then after he came, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for you talking for Bo or for my daughter? For Bo?
Yeah, for Bo, yeah.
Yeah, dude. You know, we were so excited, though, because that was, like, the logical next step, right, in a marriage, right? So you get married, and we wanted kids, so it was like, okay, this makes sense. Right. Yeah, timing, weird, because we just got to Japan, dude. Yeah. And they were joking, we're at Right Start, and they go, oh, it's 2 baby bays. Yeah. And then, like, a week later, it's like, you're pregnant. Yeah. It's like, fuck.
I mean,
like,
with all the snow and shit,
It wasn't like, fuck, but it was like, we were excited, but at the same point, it was like, well, we're not going to go snowboarding this winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it made things here a little bit more difficult, just in terms of getting out and doing stuff, you know, and she was pregnant twice, so it was like a year and a half of us being here. Yeah. You know, she was pregnant, and I was helping her out with that, and it kind of took away from the hobbies. But I think we had a good experience just with learning to drive and the track and everything like that. And kind of the community here is really helpful for the guys that are in it and want to be helpful. You know what I mean? And so if you want it, you can definitely find, like, good mentorship here.
I mean, I will be honest, man. I haven't been because I was going to start the school thing, and it has been guys like coming. Like, I think I took out Tate, and then I took out I took out Tate at the time I knew him as Tate, and Quan and everything, and it was like, it was cool. And then again, this started getting like piled up, and like everything started piling up with the customers and all that stuff like that. So I mean, I have and one guy's like, hey, you should have parties and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, it would kind of take away from business because people will see it as like a hangout spot, and that's the furthest. Yeah. That's set in stone, and everybody know. Like when they come here, it's drop a car off, leave, or buy something to leave. We talk a little bit, and I got to go.
Yeah.
So like I've already set that in stone. So the thing is, man, I'll be here. And I'll be here shit, dude. I'll be here the whole week, and it'll just be me in the cars, and then some guys roll in and roll out and everything. So it's not that I don't want to do that. It's just right now is not the time to be having pizza parties. And I did it once before, and I just didn't like the vibe. And then right after that, the guys I met there, like, hey man, can I get there? And it was like, can I come work on my car? I'm like, nah, dude. And I shut it down.
Yeah.
Because it's like I can't. If you do it for one person, and then it's people like, oh well, and it don't matter even if I did, it's my shop, but it's just that whole thing right there.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want to open it up. So once everything kind of calms down, I'll do that more and everything. But outside of drifting, I mean, what else are you like doing? And
everything? We've been snowboarding this winter, and that was something I wanted to get her back out to again. And the obvious anime weeb shit with figurines and books and Initial D. You got to do all that.
Yeah. How's it feel watching anime in Japan? You look out the window and see schoolgirls like, dude, don't fucking hear.
Yeah,
dude.
for real. Okay. But there's some things where it's like, okay, that's accurate. And there's other things you watch and you're like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like that's.
That shit reminds me of when I went to college. Mm-hmm. My first day in college, I watched College Girls Going Wild. Like while I was in the dorms and shit. And I was like, man, this is cool. But I was like, fuck, man, I'm in college. And I went out and found some chick or whatever. And it was cool. But I was watching. It was I watched it years when I was 10th grader. Yeah. And I'm watching college girls. And she's like, now I'm here, man. And it's not really like this.
Yeah.
It's like
parties and them girls and stuff.
That shit's all on frat row, man.
Yeah.
Which I never did. So, you do any college or?
No. I mean, here and there, I guess. Yeah, but nothing substantial. Yeah.
I mean, prior to the military or?
I did a semester. Yeah. I mean, I mainly just worked and I went to school for, literally a semester, and then I joined. I mean, I don't like school. I really don't. I like getting my hands on stuff and doing things that way. I don't like being in a classroom and reading. So that's it. But man, those fucking Jets, dude, they don't take a break. Now, but when you're saying you're in Iraq, right, and it was you just live for the day, do you think that kind of influenced?
These guys is going to pick up all that stuff, man.
Yeah, you can. We have to deal with this all day, every day. Yeah. And you, especially, man, your runway's right there.
Yeah. So
they edited a jacket on me now.
Yeah. So we're back. You got a jacket on magically. Pretty much with the. If you guys don't know, I'm right by the air base, and the jets take off and whatever. I'm not going to give out the number for OPSEC reasons. But the jets take off and you gotta wait. So, what were you saying before?
Yeah. So, when you're in Iraq, right, you're talking about how it was a live for the moment kind of mentality.
Yeah.
Do you think that contributes at all to how you operate now?
Yeah.
You got to do shit today because you don't know.
100%, man. That's why some of I've been. I mean, nobody's ever said to my face. But it gets back because they don't know who knows who, and he's like, oh man, he's high strung, he's military. I'm like, we're in the fucking military. What do you mean? So it's you should be you should be used to this type of doing stuff. But then again, it comes down to the different career fields and everything. But yeah, definitely, man. Like I said before, when I was by myself, there's a lot of danger over there. Then there's a lot of times where you're just sitting around, you're just doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, when I get back, dude, I'm gonna do this, and it's stuck, man. And I just don't I don't like I rarely ever say all right, tomorrow, man, and I know to learn when to relax, but I rarely ever say oh, we'll do it tomorrow because that shit's gonna turn into tomorrow, and people will keep, and people when I got a few good buddies that, dude, I'm like, dude, I call them out on it after the 5th tomorrow. I'm like, dude, no, dude, do that shit today, or I'll find a way to do it myself.
Yeah.
And that's why, being self-sufficient, or just I'll get it another way, man. And and that's why, and it's I know I had you guys over here a few times. It's just it doesn't require me. Everybody has things going on. You got family, military, and all stuff like that. So it's just I've learned to do everything by myself, and it's just it's not difficult. It's just it'll take a few seconds more because you gotta check over here and make sure this is right. The lower, engine stuff, for example.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just the way. That's exactly 100% why I am like I am. As far as that, before Iraq, I didn't change. I was actually kind of that way already. Then it just kind of it kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like it made it grow. It made it was it just
kind of solidified.
Yeah, solidified. Yeah. So yeah, man, it definitely yeah, that's why I am like I am, man. So have you done any tours or any?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm thinking I'll get pinged when I'm back, so we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely the Iraq stuff, man. I've seen a lot of stuff, did a lot of stuff, and that's why I'm like a noob. I don't like bullshit, man. It's like, and then people like crying about dumb shit. Like, dude, like you're not getting shot at. Everything's cool. Like just relax and think about it. Like shit that stress people out. I just don't get it. It does to me. I mean, everybody's different, but to me, it just doesn't. Like just relax, think about it. You don't have a mission coming out in 15 hours in one of the most dangerous parts of Iraq, stuff like that. Just think about it, man. And then, people try to, even with this business, man, they try to be like analytic. I'm like, there's nothing to analyze. I said this time, this is the thing. I'm not installing this. I will install it. There's nothing to analyze. So it's just, that's the biggest thing I deal with here, with some customers. And, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's a singular aspect of being a single company that they wouldn't go to they wouldn't go to Yellow Hat and then say, hey man, can I come watch? Like you would fucking not do that.
Yeah.
So why would you do that? Why would you come and do it in my place, man?
Yeah.
So that's just again all that the way I run my whole business, man. Everything that I do down to like the time management and the way I can turn out these cars is because it's the time management over there, the skills I learned over there. I mean, the military definitely, man. Not to say I was like a rebel or some shit before, but the military definitely kind of it expanded some skill sets and added some things there. Logistics planning, because I was a logistics guy, so planning logistics, just learning how you do it so much that you don't realize you're doing it all the time, and then you realize how important it is when other people don't have logistics skills. Like you can't plan on a trip like. Dude, what time we leave? Like, dude, we're gonna fucking leave at 12:30. Like, be there.
Yeah.
Like, dude, oh man, just like around about. I hate that fucking word, man. Like around about 2 or whatever. Like, dude, what the fuck's that? 2:30, 2:45.
Yeah.
Like, what time? So I can So I mean, that's how I do it. So far, like I was talking about trips, man. I know you guys went down to BCU. Like when did you go to?
We went 2017. 2017. Yeah, we went. I think for round 5 or round 6.
Yeah, because I didn't get an invite or anything, man. So
man, shit. I got an invite like Thursday night for
so
Saturday.
So it was Jay, Josh, and
no, it was a different crew.
Oh,
so it was.
Oh, so you went multiple times.
No, I just went once.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't go with them that time. You're thinking when both the Jays went, right? Big J and Little J.
Yeah.
And Josh and them. No, I didn't go that time. I went down. We had a full. We piled into a Mazda MPV minivan. Shittiest van I've ever driven. Every time both the rear shocks were just blown, and so every time we hit a bump, and we're in the very back, Jessica, me, and Bo's in the middle. That was fucking miserable, dude. But they told me Thursday night, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna leave tomorrow."
Yeah, you got a family. If you're that's like going back to the family thing. If it was just you, it was like, cool, yeah, all right, whatever.
Dude,
but now you gotta. I mean, with dudes, it's like, yeah, man, we'll like rough it for 2 days and don't shower but you can't do that with chicks, man. They're not gonna not shower and not wash their hair and that's definitely.
We had 2 Airbnbs, right? So
yeah.
Josh and 4 other dudes all stayed in one, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment, and then my wife and I stayed in a completely separate one. Yeah, there's a lot more to it, but yeah. So we went down to Ebisu. Loved it, man. That was awesome. Because that's the shit you see in videos. You know what I mean? And then you go, and it's like, oh shit, this is real. Dude, I'd love to drive that though.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I never had a chance to do.
I mean, so you say you're here till June?
Yeah.
Dude, we can make that happen, man. Beach is only 5 hours on the road, dude. I mean, we can literally leave. We can literally leave here at. Cause I got the trucks now. Yeah. Literally leave here around about. 4.
Look at you. Say fucking roundabout now.
No, we can leave here at 4 sharp, and then get pretty much you'll get there around about again.
Yeah.
You'll get. That is around about because it depends on how fast you're gonna drive or the traffic or whatever. So seriously, you can leave here at roughly, 3 a.m. and you can get there. You'll be there about it's 3, 4, 5, 6. So you'll be at BC around at front of the gate around 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And then from that point you can drift and come back. So I mean it's not yeah man, definitely. And I got some stuff to test too, man. So what I'll do is I'll sit you up and see if you got time and go down there, man. 'Cause I mean I know like far as I mean I know you got the kids and everything. So you gotta. So
that was the one thing, you know, like going to MSP was awesome.
Yeah.
You can go any day of the week and it's an hour away, like not even.
Yeah.
That's been such an awesome tool to have here and to learn and get better. But yeah, just being at IBC was cool, and then it was like, shit, I want to come back, you know? And like I know DC and those dudes went last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good time. So no, we did that, and then just outside of drifting, you know, we've toured around a little bit and hit like Osaka and Kyoto and all that stuff. But yeah, man, in Japan, like I don't think people realize how long and expensive it is to travel around Japan. Like,
'cause it's not wide; it's just long, dude. It's like long. It's like I don't know how long it is in comparison to like California, but it's long. Like I mean, I got to drive down to Yokohama, and it's I leave here at 3:30, like sharp. Because if you get on the toll road before 3:50, it's 30% cheaper.
what? Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Dang.
So I was leaving at 4 with the first couple of cars batches. Then the guy's like, yeah, dude, you get on the toll road, and sure enough, I got from and it was ETC, so maybe it's a little bit different. But from here to Tokyo, I paid like it was like $150 for like the tolls.
Yeah.
And normally like it's like it's 200 and something.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's definitely cheaper to do that. So anybody out there, 3 a.m., before 3:50 a.m. or 3:50, 3:50 a.m. or 03, whatever. Military guys, whatever.
Yeah.
If you get on the toll road for that, it's 30% cheaper. So, and like you said, the one thing difference is the travel. The travel in Japan really kind of it's all over the place as far as pricing. You got to think about toll roads, gas. Whereas in the States, like you got the Jersey Turnpike and the little things that I don't think there's any toll roads in the Midwest or anything. You just drive.
You got like 80, 90 that goes up north. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's it. And that's,
So I don't know if there's any tolls in California or anything like that. But I mean, I never heard anybody in the middle of America talking about toll roads. No. It's just gas and hotels.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, because you can stay off the toll roads pretty easily in the States, I feel like.
Yeah.
But yeah, here, like it's expensive.
Yeah. And then
the speeds are slow.
The thing is, it's like going to Tokyo or going to Tokyo. Like so it's like 8 hours or 12 hours of back road, which is cool for the first 30-40 minutes. You're like, fuck, man, I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah.
And then like those things are it's travel here sucks, man. As far as that, and then I spent a lot of money. Just like a lot of people don't realize, even when I was doing D1 divisionals, each weekend was almost $3,000, and I wasn't winning anything. And I'm like, dude, like that's kind of why I took a step back, because I could have kept doing it while I was like growing this, but it's like is money I'm taking away from putting it here, and that's why and then I'm here now too. I'm not PCSing, so it's like that rush that's gone, man. So it's I mean, you feel rushed a lot when you're military here, because you got the countdown, and especially like you actually like Japan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where some people, it's like, dude, do you realize where you're at, and you're like bitching about.
It blows my mind.
Yeah,
it does. I mean, I get that there's people that don't like drifting and stuff, and then otherwise there's like, okay, there's not that much to do aside from camp.
Yeah.
But for like car guys up here, it's awesome. I mean, aside from like everything rusting.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
That is true, man. I got that cappuccino.
Yeah.
The cappuccino that's my last resurrection, man. Like it's the number one. Like, well, I know like Quan, was he here? No, but he's kind of squeamish guy, and yeah, dude, it was like I'm nothing really. Like I see a spider or whatever, I kill it. If it's in a house, outside, I'll let it live, and the house gotta die. And so like bugs and shit like that doesn't really do anything for me. But dude, it was so much shit in there. Like it was just like shit falling apart, and it's like. Inside internally fucking is screaming.
Where did you get that car from?
It was down at Aichi. It was actually in Guma, right by fucking Mount Akina.
Did you yank it out of a field or what?
It was in the field. When they sold it on Yahoo, it was on Yahoo. I picked it up for $700, which now I mean the hardest part is like, if it was a straight cappuccino, I would already be into the build. But the first thing I got to do is like I got to clean all this shit out. Like I trashed everything. Like even the pedals and shit, I got those in there for mock-up, but everything in the car, man, that wasn't a body, I trashed it. Like every fucking thing.
Jeez.
So The first thing, the cool thing about it does have topical rust, but everything is none of the structural stuff is rusted.
Yeah.
So I got to take it down to the shop over there and get them to sandblast and everything, and then start that way. And that's how you do a proper build and everything. Is you have if the chassis is shit, you can have all the wise fib or whatever the fuck you want to bolt onto it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work, man. So the first thing is that, and the thing about that too is that's not I'm not the level now where I can take off a month and build my own shit. And the Subaru I did because I knew it was going to get in the magazine. I know that's going to be in the magazine too, but at the same time, it didn't really yield. It got in the magazine just like I thought, and I did take like 2 weeks off, and it didn't really yield like the. Outside of being in the magazine, it didn't really yield what I was. I got a few Subaru customers, but what I'm saying, I can't take off a month to build a car or do whatever, which I can do, and not yield the what I want. Nobody's gonna come here for a 1G cappuccino.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Other than being in there and showing capability, they'll know that I can definitely install a thermostat. You know what I mean? So it's like, so yeah. Other than that, that'll probably work the best. But as far as the capability stuff, so as far as like working in like the military, are you gonna stay in or?
I don't know. I play it by ear. I was planning on separating like 6 months ago. Now I'm not. A big part of that's my wife, honestly. She mentioned like real last minute. She's like, "Hey, also I think I want to join," and I was like, "God damn it!" Like, I was like, "It doesn't make sense for me to get out now."
Yeah, I thought. I mean, when you look at her, like honestly, she looks like she's in, like she's physically fit.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I don't want to get on that topic of people's dependence, but yeah, they don't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't.
We'll leave it at that.
You'll leave it at that. So we know it. Yeah. So like I thought you guys were mill a mill.
Yeah.
When I first met you guys.
She wants that, and it was like it didn't make sense for me to get out.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gonna stay in and kind of ride the wave and see where it takes me. Because I mean, I've had some cool opportunities.
Yeah.
It's taken me New Zealand a couple times. It's taken me to Vanuatu. I didn't even know where that shit is.
Yeah.
I still barely know where it is. So no, I mean it's just a cool opportunity, man. And so I'm kind of riding that wave, seeing where it takes me. Yeah, I mean it brought me here, so that was cool, man. I told my parents when I was like 16, I was like, I'm gonna live there. I'm gonna have a right-hand drive car. And dude, I don't fucking. I just talk a lot, dude. But, like I knew I would never fucking end up here. And so like so joining and then getting to live here through that.
It was kind of cool, man, because you get the because I got to get you my. I don't know if you see me ever post about my team DVD that we made back in like back in we were shooting footage back in 03, 04. Like still when the car club thing was still like kind of a thing, and it was cool to be in. Yeah. And so I got we got a full like feature length DVD. I built this computer, and I would take the computer every night from my grandmother's house to my buddy's house because we were on the stay at his house, and I would edit it. And this was 3 weeks before I went to basic, so it was like really crunch time because I was gone for like basic and then tech school. So yeah, we did the DVD, and it sold over 500 units. And the reason it sold is because the people wanted to see themselves. So they was like, I'm in the DVD here. So like it was all like, so it's pretty much everybody in the community bought, and it was $5.
Yeah.
So like we got the money. Then honestly, I don't know what the fuck happened to the money or whatever. Whatever. I still talk to the main crew of guys, but I'll get you to see that. But anyway, kind of what I was getting at was the when I had that DVD. Like on the DVD, I crashed my car at a parking rest, and I kind of had to. I was in college. I was still in college, but I knew I was going to go to the military. Yeah. And I was like, well, when I go to the military, I'm gonna go somewhere that I can get to Japan. So I kind of was like, whatever. I'll be in Japan, blah blah blah. And then like he was like, yeah, cool. And then like I'm here, and I'm not only here, like I got a fucking shop. So it's definitely, man. Like some days I'll be driving, man, and that shit just hit me like, dude, like never would have thought, I would be here, and then also like be here, living here. Got a Japanese family, and man. So it's definitely it's when you like by myself, I do a lot of thinking, man. It's definitely surreal. Well, I'm always by myself, but I'm like on the road. I don't know why it is on the road, man, but the always thinking and all that stuff, man. So
I think you can say you want to go somewhere till you're blue in the face too. Like they don't listen to your dream sheet all the time. So the fact that it was like, all right, yeah, you guys can go to Japan. Yeah. Like I think that was really cool. I mean, they could have sent me to. Why not?
Yeah. And your title, your job is.
So I'm a broadcast journalist. Yeah. So video is all I do, pretty much in and out all day, every day. And again, so yeah, I was fortunate with lining up that job, and it plays well into what I like doing, you know, and especially with drifting too. I mean, I've done some car stuff here and there just for videos and photos and whatever.
Yeah, we'll get together for like I said, the guy, like the last time we were going to do that, the Hakoska guy,
yeah,
the Geo-san, like I guess I didn't get back with him, and he sent the I didn't know he got the engine's been like stroked up to 2.8 and everything else. He kind of like he's a that's his only, I think this is not his only car, but he's like every week he's like putting something on. I'm like, dude, like this good, it's good, dude. I got a carbon fiber dash.
You
and like,
win,
like it's good, man. Like you just keep no. You take it back apart. So yeah, man, we definitely gonna get something done with that, man. Like utilizing the video, because like that was when we did the last video together for that CRV.
Yeah,
that was like one of the last straws, man. Because I was like for YouTube, so I'm like, dude, we actually like planned it out. It was, I mean. I edited, you know, it was not wasted space. You know, you had the camera, we had the mics, and that was the first. I was like, man, I was thinking like maybe the production value was like, you know, but I mean, we actually, it wasn't. We didn't plan everything, but it flowed. I mean, it was for what we shot. It came out, and to get, I think that thing to the devil. I haven't looked up, but I think today it hasn't broke over 1,000 views.
Yeah,
and that was when YouTube was starting this descent, which I mean that's why I started this podcast, like I said, man, because it was doing all that stuff, man, and then like, you know, all that, and then we didn't really even have a storyboard, but still it took what, 2 days, the day we did it, and then the next day, even though the fucking car didn't work, but it's 2 days out of your life, and then like you don't really get and then you got people posting lesser stuff and they getting 40,000, and it's because they got a big following. Nothing against them, but that's just why I changed my grind, man. I don't have time to, you know, go shoot all this stuff and then edit it and do all this stuff and then get 200 views.
Yeah.
That's just not.
It is. Yeah, it's a lot of time. Yeah. Did you notice, too, when you posted that cappuccino stuff that blew up
right
away?
Because that stuff, the reason I knew it, man, like I was trying to hold it off, and then so many people coming in here and they'll see it, they'll do that, and I knew as soon as I posted that, the internet would implode.
It did.
So right now they're waiting for it. I get messages, but it's like I already said this. I put key things. Is like this is not going to be done like in 2 weeks. I mean, I got stuff to do, and I got tasks. I'm not backed up on customer stuff, but I got other stuff that I was already ahead of that.
Yeah.
So I can't. If I keep abandoning and abandoning, it will never get done. So, but yeah, that blew up, and then the feedback I got from that was just it was a lot of guys. You know, when I put in there too, man, on that, I think I put a disclaimer there, and it's just like my skill set is not your skill set. So some people like, why they know they can't do it. They know they can't. They don't have the skill set. They don't have the tools or the space to do it. So they're like, oh, it can't be done. And all these fucking peers come in and like saying, oh, don't do that, or it's not for them. I'm like, dude, we're only fucking here for a little bit on this earth, man. Like, why the fuck? Who the fuck cares? Like, you know what I mean? It's like. The shit's fun. The shit's like I already know what's going. I already know how fucking crazy it's gonna be to drive that car at a 1J in it, dude. It's like I already know it. So like when I experience it, it's like, dude, just thinking about it. You know what I mean? You already know it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna not hold traction. This is gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
And but it's one thing cool. You know, it's definitely gonna put the shop out there more. And again, it's not that like I said, I know nobody's gonna come here and say you put a 1J in here. They're not gonna ask for that, but. If they see that happening and that's on the road and it's functioning, they know that, again, I can do they just know that if that task is done and the level it is, they know I can do the easier stuff. So that's all it is. The proof of you can do things, because you can have all this shit on the wall, plaques or whatever, which I don't have any, like I said before, I don't have any Japanese certs or whatever. I guess I shouldn't say that, but whatever. Nobody cares. You can have all this shit like you ASC to ASC this, and then you're breaking cars or putting out shitty work.
Yeah.
It's like, so what does that mean? That means nothing, man. So that's the way I go about it, man. So, but yeah, that's definitely going to go down for that. I got the NSX is still sitting out there.
Yep.
So haven't done anything to that other than cover it. I just put the covers on it so it doesn't get snowed in. Don't have any doors for it. So yeah, man, that's kind of, I know that's like one thing I want to talk about too. Builds is like, that's a build. Then I know you're in a stance and everything, man. So like, how do you, like, when people like are, you know what I mean? And think about, my thing is like, I mean, everybody got their thing, man. So my thing is just, I like racing, but I know you can enjoy doing that. And I'm actually going to build one just to do it, just to bring different guys. And so like, I mean, like, I know like you're into it, man. So like, how did you, like, why are you, what attracts you to like that style? Or
I think just because it was weird.
Yeah.
You know, like everything that I seem to like is, I like it because it's different or it's weird. Or it's something that other people aren't doing.
Right.
And like that was the big appeal of drifting, right? Is like people normally you see grip or drag racing, like that was the norm, and then seeing people doing what is just like a waste of tires and like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Seeing them do that was so cool, and then when people were started like stancing cars and stuff, it didn't make sense either. And then to see them like dailying them and just rolling deep on highways and stuff, like here in Japan even, you know, it was like that's dope. Like it's something different. You don't see it every day. Now it's pretty common.
My thing is like first thing I think is what do they do about shotgun? It's like what do they do about JCI? He says like
here I don't fucking know, dude.
So I don't want to give anybody secrets, but there's ways around ways. Money talks. That's all I'll say. But yeah, so I mean, so I know. There's one guy in particular who I'll probably have on here, old Mick Slippy, and you guys go back and forth a little bit on the topic and what it is. But he's like I mean, like I said, I've been in the game 20 years. Mm-hmm. Like he was in the game probably 15 years before I was in the game, man. He's like I think a dash older than me. I'm 35, so yeah, he's from a more older generation, and he was here like when everything was starting, like in Masai. He was in Okinawa, so yeah, you know he has his things, man. But I know, like I said, I see you get into spats with guys online about it, and when it comes down to it, like you put like why not both or something like that.
Yeah, it's like you can just have fun.
Yeah, you can have a slam car. And you can have a fucking functional car, so like, you know what I mean? I'm going to build one because, again, the people, they'll assume that your services are what they see. Yeah. So when they come here, they'll see, like, the GTRs. And they'll see, and that's why, actually, I say the Subaru didn't yield anything. You see one on the left right there. Yeah. And I've done a few on the guys, it got around that I didn't do anything but GTRs. I'm like, dude, I can fucking work on anything. Yeah. As long as it's performance, I don't really want to work on Delicas, nothing against them, but there's 1,000 shops around here that'll service that. Yeah. So, like, I built that car just because I wanted to show guys that I can do Subarus. And then, not only I built it, then I won the first place on that little car show. And then for most modified, and there was, like, Zondas and shit there. And then I don't know if you get that off there, but everybody can see what we're looking at. Yeah.
They just see us looking up at a wall.
Yeah, but I don't know if you got it on there. That's cool. But yeah, so there was Zondas there and all that stuff, man. Yeah. And like I got most modified, and there was like a lot of cars there, but nobody inside of 8 days didn't turn that shit into a truck. They didn't fucking turn it to rear wheel drive. They didn't swap the engine. They didn't paint it. The paint was still wet. Yeah. Actually, the paint to this day is still because the catalyst. I didn't have the catalyst, but yeah, man, that's the biggest thing. Like I say in this game, man, it's like guys they'll say it to be politically correct, like respect builds and shit like that. But then they'll be on the next post. Yeah, they'll be the same dudes ripping guys, man. Like I'm like, dude, you would never see me like like I'm like I generally don't care. I don't care what you do with your money and your build, man. Yeah. As long as you like cars, dude, we're all like in that same community together.
There's some dumb shit that I see, but I'll never be like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
You know, because obviously, like, that's your thing. You like it. I don't know. Like, I like stance stuff. The older I get, the higher I want to raise my cars.
Yeah. Shit, man.
My shit was, like, this far off the ground when I was in the States, and when I get back now, I'm like, I should raise it up a little bit. So, it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's me getting old or what, but I like the look. I like the style of it. I definitely dailied it for a long time, and I didn't.
How's your wife on the scraping
dude noises? She's pretty good about it.
Both of our wives and that's my wife's evil out there.
Yeah.
So when we drive the Odyssey, I know you ain't seen it recently. She's driving it mostly. I'm gonna put air system on it because when we go to like those fucking parking garages, they got like the steep and then the flat. Yeah. Dude, I busted the I didn't bust it actually. I pushed it up, and it was the one of those donut donut gaskets, and it just kind of flexed this way. So I just like I rode all the way back from Sendai to here, and that shit sounded like a fucking dirt bike. Then I changed the gasket, and like dude, I just pull it down, and it actually sealed back. So for the Odyssey, I actually raised it up because she has to go back and forth for prenatal stuff. Yeah. To Amori, so I raised it up. I put the stock suspension back on there, which I'm demodifying it, dude. That's not what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it's all high and looking dumb and shit. and but now she dropped to a Mori and there's no problems. But definitely put air suspension in it. And it's like low cars are cool, man. But then like when you can't do stuff like pull into the shop or even going onto that truck, it has to be. That's the biggest thing with the shipping. The guy's car has to be. I'm like, dude, you're not going to be driving your car in a container or on a ship. It's going to be on a ship. Once you get it back, then you can fucking make it nice again.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you got to make it ugly. And that's the biggest thing. They want to come here with the wide wheels, and I'm like, dude, you just put some fucking. And honestly, you don't want your best shit on it because it can get stolen.
Yeah,
it can get stolen. That's why the insurance insurance is not optional. It's rare that your wheels get stolen. I mean, that's kind of. But guys have got gauges stolen, and then also if you got some nice wheels in it, dudes have had wheels scratched. But I mean, the insurance will cover that stuff.
Yeah.
But you definitely don't want to. I tell guys if they got like even wide over fenders, if they can come off, take them off because it's making the car wider than it's supposed to be. So everything is intended for like a normal capacity car and everything. So yeah, man, it's just it just kind of depends. I guess as far as what you want to do, man. But like as far as the car scene overall, like I said, I genuinely try to respect things. Like you said, I'll see something like I would never do that shit to my car. I mean, it's like cool. Then you move on. But when you just sit there and you go on and on with people about why you're doing stuff. It's like, dude, you're wasting fucking. You could be building with your shit, and you're online arguing about what some other guy is doing to their car. Like you got a Prius with, SP1s on it and it's slammed. Like, so what? And it actually looks fucking dope.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like the new Prius with that new one. That I'm like, dude, I actually want one of those, dude. Like it looks really dope.
They do.
I mean, I'll probably swap the engine. You know what I mean? But I can't not swap anything. But I don't know, man. But as far as the like I say, like are you going back to the States now? Being in Japan, it's like you kind of get some guys get back from Japan and they become like Confucius and shit. And they're like, wise one. They're like, dude, and they weren't even fucking killing it in here. They weren't. They're like, dude, like you weren't really doing anything here. So
I'm really gonna try to not be that dude. You're so right. So many guys go back and they'll go back with their GTR and then they start winning all these car shows. Yeah, that bugged the fuck out of me, dude. When I was at my first duty station, dudes would come back with GTRs and then win every car show with like a bone stock GTR. And these guys that I was friends with would have these really nice builds and it was like second, third, whatever, just because it was right-hand drive. And it's like, dude, it's just so skewed. Like the JDM mentality that, they did so much or whatever. Like it's different. Like, yeah, but sometimes you don't invest that much into it. You just buy it, you know? And so I'm really going to try not to be. But that was a big goal of mine going back and, going back to that, like being active in the community and trying to make an impact was like I want to see if I can help to shape American drifting, kind of how it is here, where it's more just like open, come one, come all kind of thing. And hot lapping, whatever.
The biggest thing in the States, though, I mean, that is the insurance.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, when dudes like, hey man, how many events you doing? Like, dude, we can go. Like I tell the guys, like MSP is open 7 days a week.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't need events. Like there are events, but we don't need like that word event. Like that's like event to me. When I hear that word, it's like you're prepping all month for like it's one event and the whole there's one event in the whole Virginia for that 1 month of drifting, which I have seen it going up. But here, man, it's like we can go to the track anytime you want. It just depends on logistics, work, money, stuff like that. So I mean, it is right there. And then when I first got here, I'm going like a lot. I mean, I was A1C and I was living in the dorms. I was not thinking anything weird near like shop stuff. And I was doing D1 stuff, but I was like, my goal at that time was just to get street legal license. I know it wasn't going to get GP stuff, so. You know what I mean? That kind of changed, man. But man, it's it definitely is going to be I haven't been back since I left the States in 2008.
Yeah.
So I mean, So I mean, I've been back, but it wasn't. I went back for some stuff, some business stuff, and came right back. So I had to get my license.
Yeah, because like Baltimore, when I was there in 2014. And I went drifting with Tommy, and I mean, it seemed like there was an event like every weekend or every 2 weeks, And the nice thing about Baltimore is like you can go anywhere, you can go to New Jersey, you can go to Pennsylvania, you can go to West Virginia, Virginia, whatever.
Yeah, it is hot right there, the Mid-Atlantic area.
Yeah, so. And there's stuff going on everywhere. So it's like one weekend we hit Shenandoah Speedway, right, and then the next we hit East Coast Bash, and it was, I mean, there was stuff every weekend it seemed like. So that was cool, and I guess that's a cool thing too, like. I didn't really drift in the States because I grew up in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Michigan, there was no drifting. And then Grid Life comes out, right?
Yeah.
Like 2012, 2013, Grid Life became a thing as I left. Like I left in 2012. And then that was like, I think that was the first year of Grid Life, or maybe Grid Life was the year after that. But then it was like all these drifters came out of the woodworks, like, oh, we're here, we're just living in the fucking woods.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn it.
Yeah, because I think actually, speaking of that, I think that's because I think those guys out of that area actually started doing the team stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Because there's like all of a sudden, like I mean, I follow roughly what's going on in the States, but then like I looked up and it was like team, like it was like this. Then it started getting like kind of uppity because they had the teams, and then it became like, you know, if your shit looked like shit, you couldn't, like they wouldn't let guys in the track. I seen that.
Yeah.
So it was like your car you had to have like work VSKFs, or you had to have you couldn't have like you couldn't have reps, anything, and like then it was like it started getting that segregation shit. I'm pretty sure it's still going on, but that's the one thing about being here. It's like I mean. They'll allow you an event, but I mean naturally if everybody got nice cars, you show up in the missile, which is why I'm kind of not into that, because they'll see that car and it's assumed that's your skill level. Because I mean guys can kill it all day and they got their cars still whole. So they started taking that thing and the missile thing started coming in and everybody started like harping on that, and then it was cool, like magical, like Dino of Speed Hunter said, it was like cool and magical that first like year. And then after that, it was like, dude, it was like, why are you guys doing this, man? Because it's like you're gonna crash anyway. Like you're inducing it, and then like you're just banging door panels, and then in their defense, like I told guys before, those dudes they're over here for 4 days or 5 days or a week. They flew all the way from wherever they from, so they want to maximize. I could being in their shoes. You want to drive hard because you don't want to be on the fucking plane like, oh man, I should have did this, or I should have did that. A lot of guys come over here, and one guy that was injured recently, he got the, that guy had to do the GoFundMe and everything. So yeah, he's going back. So again, we'll definitely get up on the BSU thing, and head out there, and I guess you haven't physically drifted there yet.
No.
Yeah, so we'll definitely make that happen before you go.
Hell yeah, dude, I'm all for it.
I got the chaser. I'm making up. I'm gonna probably try to sell it. That's 14, so I have some cars to take down there, and we got the dual trailer, so we go down there. Probably depending on the, because again, is your wife good with driving or no?
Not yet, no.
Not something like long distance. I mean,
yeah.
She is.
Yeah, I mean we've done that drive before.
Yeah.
We don't really fly, man. Like even in the States, like when we PCS'd here, we drove from Michigan to Seattle, and then. That's
the reason what I'm getting at is like I mean if they're cool, because I mean what she'll do is I'll tell her in advance and she'll bring her mom in town. Yeah. So like I don't know, like even if we go there for like a day, I don't know, are you good with like being away for a day or yes? So I think it would probably be best.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah. So because it's like man, you take the family, dude. It's like when it's just us, like we can go to Denny's to get some shit and go drifting or whatever. And it's like with them, you gotta plan all this stuff out.
Fucking Denny's, dude. Shout out to Denny's.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, shout out. Shout out to Denny's. Like, she reminded me which one's like shout out to. I remember that podcast. He's talking about that. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man, because we've been there for a little bit. And battery camera, honestly, is not really, really good. So any parting things or you got any gigs coming up or?
Yeah, right. No, I guess check Sincerely Japan. It's everywhere. Yeah. I mean, you can search probably on Google, honestly, and it'll pull up everything. But
I'll throw the links in there and everything. So
that's my.
See that. And my encouragement, like I know we were talking about we'll talk about it next time. We talking about guests and all that stuff a little bit. So definitely, man, I definitely keep doing it. Yeah. Because the my thing is like for the guests, man. I think the thing is when they look at it, they're like, well, what am I going to get out of it? And that's the thing, man. So you got to show them like the numbers and something that's going to promote them out there and get the stuff out there. So I definitely think you should keep doing it, like for sure. And I was like, I talked to one of my guys. He's like, dude, it's your opinions, and it's like the thing about it, it's not a fake opinion. It's not like forced or it's not like it's just you can tell when people are genuine or not. You know what I mean? So I listened to like all your first couple ones. I was actually streaming. I was in Saitama when your first one came out. I was actually down in Tokyo when that one came out and everything. So, But yeah, man. So as a like I say, we'll get back. This is our first time here. It's first time having a guest and everything. I just wanted to run us through there. Sorry for having a one mic. I got the other mic. We'll fix that later. Again, it's only the fifth episode. So just give me time. So this time around, like I say, every time I do a podcast, I try to do like the one product, and again, products that are products of partners that are my partners, and not like major corporations that have 1,000 people already doing their shit for free. So this is a Bridge Moto race shoe. This is a special edition, Japan edition. He has a American one too, Alan Newsom over at Bridge Moto, which I'll throw the link down there. Very comfortable shoes, a lot of safety gear. They support a lot of the guys in Formula Drift Pro 1 and Pro 2. Pretty cool guys, and they run Toge Techniques as like their side shop thing and everything. So again, this is Alan Newsom. This is my own coverall, but I have also the jumpers you guys see me wearing. That's from Bridge Moto as well. So we got those coming in. I'll get some bigger sizes for the bigger guys, and have those in there. So again, these shoes are very comfortable. They make all of the different SFI, FIA, different level racing suits and everything. So again, safety is paramount. I mean, you don't want to skip out on that. We were talking about a little bit off camera, the guy that broke his neck and everything, an Australia guy and everything. I hope he's doing well. And but the thing about it, man, is what we do is definitely fun. But with cars, man, there's 1,000 ways you can die. From working on it to being crushed by, if you're under the car, use jack stands. If you got open tanks, like make sure you don't have a damn buddy next to you smoking a cigar. It's a good way to blow up shit. And a lot of you guys don't know, man. Almost, I think 2015, I did a video on it, and I almost died. Like no shit, man. I was rushing for an event, and I had a paint can next to the heater and blew up. And I was inside of I made like a plastic vinyl house, and it sucked all the oxygen and shit out of there, man. That was a bunch of science shit, and I almost died. And that was rushing, and this how quick it can happen, man. So definitely be safe out there. And again, the topic kind of is safety, because you got the safety gear here. These shoes, if you got on fire, they actually got the shit in it where it wouldn't melt to your feet. It would actually help your feet not get burned fully. It's going to hurt a little bit, but not as much as like having sandals on the Crocs. So yeah, man. So again, you want to check out Jarrod Vickers at Sincerely Japan Sincerely Japan.
Yeah, the Drifting Podcast.
Drifting Podcast. So again, I'll link that down here. Again, thank you guys for checking us out and hanging out. And again, this is definitely going to be a normal thing. He'll be here again before he leaves Japan, and also by Skype. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. It's going to be Down Jackson signing off from in Jarrod, signing off from Pinku Style Masawa Japan. And see you guys later in the next podcast.
Sweet.